All right, can you guys hear me? Can anybody on Zoom hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. So welcome to our first Android/web dev workshops series kickoff. So the goal of today is for us to tell you a little bit about Android, and as well as getting to know you guys and talk about, I guess, where you guys are at in terms of Android, how much you know about it, and we can decide where do we want to go from here. So before we start, this is our team here. You want to introduce yourselves?
Hello, everyone. My name is Ioana, and I'm the technical director for the web and app development side of our club of the GDSC Twin Cities. I'm currently a senior at the University of Minnesota. I currently work as an intern at Country Financial. I work as a software developer intern. I mostly do automation in Python. I also was a teaching assistant for 2021. I don't know if you guys had me as your TA. And I'm really excited to be part of this team, and I hope we will learn new things together.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jeevan Prakash, and I'm a senior also here at the U. And I'm also doing computer science here as well. And I'm the other technical director. So, yeah.
All right. I'll use my mic. So my name is Zed. I'm the technical lead on the web and app dev team. I'm also a senior in computer science here. And I guess I'm also TA for 2041. If any of you ever need help with that, just come to my office hour or something. I'll be the one running most of the workshops here in terms of web and app. But I'm also pretty new at this, so please, if I make any mistakes, just let me know. And if you have any questions, I'll open this and just put any questions into the link, and I'll see it here and answer wherever we're at. All right. So let's start with an icebreaker, because we all love that. We can just go around and say what's your preferred name and pronouns, and then what's your major, and then also your experience with any Android or Google related technologies, and then what you're hoping to learn. And in terms of the last two questions, if you can go to menti.com, and I'll share the screen with Zoom right now. Here, if I can find it. Yeah. So go to this link and type in the code on the screen, smaller screens here, and just input your answers to these questions. I guess I can just start where I kind of did this. My name is Zed, pronouns he, him, computer science. And then in terms of experience with Android and Google technologies, I did a bit of Android dev back in 2015, back in the 5-point-something days, and then stopped for a while, and then got into Flutter a couple of years ago, and that looked to me like a really, really nice platform framework that's really easy to learn. And then for these workshops, I'm also learning Kotlin as well, since Android is now Kotlin first.
I can go next. My preferred name is Ioana, as I mentioned. My pronouns are she, her. My major is computer science. And most of my experience with Android is from the class 5115. It's called UI design, sorry. So user interface design, where I learned about and how to use Android Studio and Java, but I'm not experienced in Kotlin or Flutter. So that's what I'm hoping to learn from these workshops. I can pass the microphone to the next person. Okay.
You can go ask them.
So no microphones.
And if you can use your mics on the desk, that could be helpful too.
Can you guys hear me? Is it loud? Okay. So I'm Corinne. I use she, her, they, them pronouns. I am an English major, so I'm kind of undeclared. I'm gonna have to figure that out at some point. I don't have much experience. I'm just here to learn some stuff. So yeah.
And then want to go to that table in the back, maybe?
Can you guys hear me? Okay. I'm Ben. I use he, him pronouns. I'm a second year comp sci student here at the U, and I don't really have any experience with anything Android or Google technologies either.
I'm Adam. I'm a junior in computer science and data science. I use he, him, and I've done like Google tests before, but that's about it.
Hi, I'm Arfan. I'm a third year computer science student in the university. I use he, him pronouns. And currently I have no experience with Android or Google techs.
I'm Dylan. I'm a second year doing computer science and data science at the U. And I don't have any experience with Google or Android thus far. And that's what I want to learn.
I'm Matt. My preferred pronouns are he, him, and I am a computer science major. I'm a junior, and I have no experience with Google or Android, so just trying to learn as much as I can about it.
And table in front.
Hey, my name is Ronit. I am currently a freshman and I'm hoping to be a comp sci major. I don't really have any experience with like any sort of Android. But in terms of like Google technologies, I'm familiar with like the basic Google suite and all of the different tools that they offer there, but that's about it. So I just want to learn as much as I can.
Hi, I'm Rishabh and I'm majoring in comp sci. And in terms of experience, I guess I too don't really have any experience. But yeah, as Ronit said, I also have some experience with Google Suites and all. Yeah, that's about it. And also I'm a freshman too.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm a second year comp sci major, and I don't really have much experience with any Android or Google technologies either.
I'm Jordan, he, him pronouns. I'm also a second year computer science major, and I don't really have any experience besides using Android Studio a little bit, like my junior year of high school. So, and I'd like to learn about that.
And then Sayu, you want to go? Okay. And then gentleman in the back there, you want to introduce yourself a bit?
Sure. I'm Tim Salo. I'm a grad student in computer science. I have some experience with Android. My real interest is I've been talking with the Twin Cities Google Developer Group about running Android study camps and wanted to see how this one went.
All right. And James.
My name is Jeevan, he, him pronouns. I'm a computer science major. Have experience with Android, Android dev, and I'm one of the technical directors. So yeah.
And then Zoom people, Amar, am I saying your name right?
He said yes.
Or in chat?
Yeah.
You want to introduce yourself a bit? Just type in or something?
Introduce himself in writing.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. And then Drea?
Yeah, it's Drea. Yeah, my name is Drea. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a junior computer science major, and I don't really have any experience with Google or Android, but I'm here to learn.
All right, I think we got everybody here. So it looks like we have pretty minimum experience with Android here, but we have Jordan, right, with some experience with Android Studio. So what did you do with Android back in high school?
So it was just for, I don't even know what the class was called, but we actually had a pretty good computer science curriculum at our school. So one of the units we did was working with Android Studios to write like a basic app. I think I made some stuff to do with like probability. Again, I don't really remember. It was like 4 years ago at this point.
All right, sounds good. And did you do it in Java?
Yeah, Java.
Gotcha. Okay, so again, a little bit more, I guess, housekeeping items. So we're gonna be using Android Studio a lot throughout this course of this series. So right now, I would like all of you, if you want to just participate and code along with us, go to developer.android.com/studio and install Android Studio on your machine. And I can give a quick demo of what that looks like here. Oh. All right, 1 second. Yep, so you see the setup screen here, basic setup, just go through everything. Yep, what?
You're not showing anything on Zoom.
Oh, 1 second. So yeah, pretty simple setup process. And then after that, I'll just load the screen here. If you have anything to import for the settings, and then it'll look like that. And other than just installing Android Studio, you'll have to install some versions of Android SDK as well, and this will prompt you to do that.
I think people had enough time to get the link.
Okay. If you want the link, it's right here. You want to post that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to post that in Zoom chat as well. Yeah, just give it a couple more seconds. I'm not going to go for anything custom right now, and everything else pretty much to your choice. And then you can just let the download and installation finish. And if you have any questions, just post it in Google Slides right there, the link that's up there. If you run into any issues, either Jeevan or Yuan here will be able to help you, or if we are having a pause, I'll be able to help you as well. All right. So why would you want to develop for Android? Compared to a lot of other smartphone operating systems or / platforms, actually 72% of the global smartphone users are using Android. Some of them might be using an older version, or a lot of them are in developing countries where things like iPhones aren't as affordable. But either way, you'll be able to reach a very wide audience by developing for Android. And so on that note, we have a video for you of Robin Hood, of a, I guess, developer story to share.
I'm Joe Binney, and I'm VP of Product Engineering at Robinhood. Robinhood is the free stock trading app. Every other stock trading service charges $5 to $10. We do it for $0. Robinhood today has over 1 million users, and we've been able to grow with a very small team. Android users love Robinhood. We've more than doubled our user base. And with 4.6 stars, Robinhood is the highest rated stock brokerage on the Play Store.
I'm Dan Hill. I'm an Android developer at Robinhood. We're an Android team of 2. We kind of pride ourselves on staying agile and being very fast. In Android Studio, the speed and stability, it really lets us stay in the zone for longer and not have to kind of worry about the administration. I mean, the mark of a good tool is that it's not visible, it's not in your way, it's just there and it's something that you can use. One of my favorite things about Android Studio is all the shortcuts that it offers. There's one that's really great. It's a shortcut to look up shortcuts. And basically it will display it in line with what the keyboard shortcut is, so you can kind of use it to learn all the different shortcuts. The new emulator is fast. You can hardware accelerate and use your machine's GPU to make it faster. One of my favorite things to show off is the trade animation. It's really satisfying to kind of swipe up and kind of see your trade metaphorically go out. It's a very tactile way to interact with the stock.
Having really powerful tools enables our very small team to have a large impact.
In Android development, we're always jumping around files and opening different config files and Java classes, and Android Studio has always felt responsive enough to go at the speed that you want to go.
All right, so there's Robinhood, who use Android Studio.
I'm Joe Binney, and I'm VP of Product Engineering at Robinhood. Robinhood is the free stock trading.
All right, and then Luana wants to present some fun facts about Android.
Yeah, just some fun facts about Android. So originally, the Android operating system was built for digital cameras, but then later on it was used for smartphones and tablets with touch screen. It was founded in 2003 in Palo Alto, California, by Chris White, Nick Sears, Rich Miner, and Andy Rubin. It was released in 2008, and it is available in more than 100 languages today. And as in 2021, there are 2.5 billion active users spanning over 190 countries.
Yeah, and the thing about Android is that throughout the years, it has really changed a lot. If I'm not mistaken, Android 12 has either just released or is going to be releasing in a couple of days. But that's something really exciting that you can also look out for. There will be a lot of new changes, a lot of new features, and I think Google is going to announce their next smartphone as well. It'll probably be something to do with that. But just a side note there. All right, are we all good with Android Studio? Do we all have it up and running? All right.
Anyone needs help with anything? Just raise your hand if you need help.
So let's give it maybe 1 more minute. I think that'd be good. I'll just pull up. Okay, got it.
Almost done installing.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, just a quick summary, I guess, preview of the first app. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build this really simple app that takes user input and responds to that input. So you're gonna have a text box, a button, and just some text and response. But we're gonna do it in Kotlin, Flutter, and Java, so we can compare all these 3 things and these 3 frameworks and see which one we like, and we can for the future we will probably be building an app together and learning the framework that we choose at the same time. Are we feeling ready? All right. Okay. So what I want you guys to do is to open up Android Studio and just start a brand new project. And I'm gonna say, and let's do empty activity. Hello world, because why not? And let's do it in Kotlin for the first one, since I'm assuming most of you are less familiar with that than Java. Okay. Now, give it a couple of seconds. You should see that I'll load up all the files and prepare everything for you. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna change up my screen so that I can see it better. Can everybody see this? It's not, if you can't read it, yeah, that's when, not sure how I would be able to do that, actually. I did try Control Plus. Yeah, if anybody knows that, let me know. But yeah. Okay. Can you like put that up while we can just continue? Yeah. So if you can read it from the small screen, that'd be ideal. Otherwise, I'll just try to describe every step I'm doing, and this shouldn't be super difficult. Yep. Settings that are general. General.
Change font size. This control mouse.
Okay, perfect. There. Should be better. All right, so this thing is still loading. All right.
You can make it even bigger if you want, or like maybe make this smaller. Yeah, I think everything can see.
Yeah. This better? Yeah, so the first thing we see is this main activity, which is the type of app compact activity. As an onCreate function that just sets this main activity to the screen. But for now, let's not worry about that too much for now. Let's go to your left sidebar and find res activity main. So this is where you describe the layout of your, I guess the main activity. And as you can see right now, there is hello world in there, and that's it. But we split this up. Well, let's do this first. So from the left, you can see there are a bunch of things you can add. Text, buttons, widgets, layouts, and should be able to find that we can drag anything in here, and then obviously anything you want. But layout is a little bit less constrained. So if you go to here, if you can see around the top right, there's code, split, design, So all the Android's layout is described in XML, and yep.
Are you guys fine? Like, do you guys need anything?
Yeah, let's figure out questions before we go too fast. Either way, you should have the res layout. Yeah.
So like res and then where?
Layout. Yep. So you see the activity main.xml. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. Yeah, it might take a second to load just because it does have a bit of overhead in terms of Android projects. Are we all good here? Yeah, while we're looking at that, you can explore around the XML file and see what the how the code corresponds to the layout itself. All right. Should we continue? So as you can see, I dragged a edit text in there, and now there's an edit text here. But let's actually not do it this way with absolute positioning. As you can see, there's absolute X and Y there. That just describes absolute positioning. Because so, for example, if I change to another device, oh, that's not didn't help much. If I change another device, that's going to be the exact same size as the exact same place, which is usually not something you want. For example, if you go to a watch, that still looks the same. So instead of that, let's say, just say layout width, height, wrap content. Let's say width is match parent, and then have a margin of 8 dp. So dp is just a dp is just device points, and it's just a unit that you can use to measure the amount of distance on screen that translates more or less across devices. Any help?
I actually closed off the code on the side. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you just take a look at the computer over there? I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, since
like Android on everyone else's here, mine is like project.
So you can change that.
Oh, you should go to this link over here, download an studio, and then follow the steps.
Okay.
Every time. should be somewhere here. I don't know why I don't see it. Project source files, project packages.
When I opened it, it said like Android there, but then it was like loading. It's like showing the file.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it has like the extra files. Growth thing failed. Yeah. Why don't you try to create a new one? And normally you should be able to switch between the views here. Yeah, let's just try a new project and see. This is a, yeah. Yeah, since it's our first app, we can just work through it together a little bit slower. Can I borrow your laptop? I just need to quickly check my notes real quick. GitHub. Do you have the thing, the workshop thing?
It's like loading. Right, so the Android is just then when you click on the Android drop down, the Android just goes away. Oh, it's fine. Oh, so probably. So it's different than the workers.
You doing good? Yeah. How are we? How's it going? How are we feeling here? Yeah. Yeah, so I was just about to talk about that. So if you can see here, I have layout width, right, match parent, so that matches parent. Instead of, but yours, if you can see it, there's, yeah, that's wrap content. So, and then I'm gonna talk about how to snap it into, you can do that with the editor too. Yeah, like I think if you try to just resize it in the editor, and that'll give you like, and you can add constraints to it. So for example, you click the right side here, right? I think there's some constraints you can add. Just dragging around. Yeah. All right. How are you feeling at this table? Good? We go here? Are we go here?
So should we move on now? Is everyone good?
Probably not.
Yeah, don't worry about this specific part for now. Yeah, I was just about to talk about that. You don't need to do that yet.
Can you show again how you got to that code? Because some people didn't understand how you got to that code.
Yeah, so for the edit text, so I dragged some in, right? But I added the code for it to, I guess, for the size to be wider. So what I did is, I'll just do a start a new edit text here, so it's cleaner. There's nothing there, but I'll say layout width is match parent, and then height is wrap content, and that just match parent means its width should be the same as the parent, which is the constraint layout, which is the box that you see on screen on the outermost. And then wrap content just means however height I need for this for this widget, I'll give it that much height. But instead of just putting this here, let's close this. I'm getting a problem saying that this view is not constrained vertically. At runtime, it will jump to the top unless you add a vertical constraint. So and any questions? Okay.
I just have an observation. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's super clear, but every time you edit something on this part that is called a design, then new
Okay,
code
yeah.
shows up over there. And every time you edit something in the code over there, then the design changes. So there were some questions about how can you type everything in the code? Well, you don't have to type it. You can just edit something on the design and the code just shows up.
Yeah, so let's see. So if you can see like these little, I guess, curly, wiggly arrows, those are like constraints to a parent. So this says, and you can see on the left that it says constraint bottom to the bottom of parent. So parent is this outer box. I guess one quick question is, are you guys familiar with the syntax for XML or HTML? Yeah, any other like markups? Okay, so I should quickly explain this. So I guess I'm not that familiar with its terminologies, but in this case, widgets, but any like objects in this XML file will be started by I guess pointy braces, so the less than sign. And then the first thing you see is the type / name of this object. And in Android's case, there should be the type of widget that you're declaring. And then each line you see here is an attribute of the object that you're trying to declare. So for example, first thing, layout width, just width of this layout. So it's a widget, but it's part of it is, I guess, laid out on your screen. And it starts with an Android just because it's an Android thing and it has different namespaces. And most of the times you can just type in something, let's say margin, right? In Android Studio, you'll get autocomplete. So most of the times you probably don't even need to worry about that. And again, as we just said, before that, so the slash, slash and then bracket closes the tag. And as we just said, anything, all the layouts on the right side here, I should have something that's easier to point, but on the right side here are declared by this. So whatever you do here, it is saved on the left side. And whatever you do on the left side in the code will reflect on the right side. So I can just make more edits right now, and then make any edits right now, it'll show up. For example, if I say width is just 8 dp, that'll just become 8 dp, which is extremely small. But going back to match parent, that's what it looks like. Now, I'm getting a constraint. Again, the problem that it's not constrained vertically. So currently I have a couple of options. If you look at the hello world that already exists, then you can see that it's constrained on all sides. So that's what these arrows on the sides mean. That's in the code, but this one is not. So by default, it just snaps to the top, right? But I don't want that. I want to be able to control where the text goes, no matter what device I'm on. So let's say, so I want this hello world to be, I guess, under the text view. And one way to do it is to have let's just put it in this mode first, to have layouts. So if you go to the layout menu, you'll see that there are plenty of options here. So linear layout just means it's a container that contains a list of any of these widgets you can select on the side, and it'll be able to constrain the size of its children that are in it. And how does that, I'll tell you in a little bit how that looks like in the XML. But for now, let's just drag that in. And as you can see, we have a linear layout here. So here, this is another way to close the tag. So instead of saying slash closing bracket, I have another closing tag here. That's the name that you're trying to close, and then a slash here. Now, okay, so this is also not constrained, but let's just have it fill the parent. So match parent, split is better. And by children, I just mean that between the open and closing tags, you can put other widgets in it, and it will just lay them out from top to bottom one by one. And by the way, yeah.
I'm just wondering where you like to get like the
Yeah, so if you go to design, yep, yeah. So I guess depending on which way you prefer, I know like I guess the recommended way is usually just type out an XML instead of using the layout editor. That's even though that's more graphical, but there are a lot less constraints you can do with that that will help you adapt to different devices. So you still have to go back to XML usually to edit that manually. But either way, like with this linear layout, it just lay out everything that's in it vertically, right, one by one. But so let's use the whiteboard for a second. So our current goal is, if you can you guys see the whiteboard I'm using here? So would that work?
I think we just want to use that one over there.
Okay, let's use that one over there, but yeah. So the goal today is we're making an app. Well, it's barely an app, but we have a text input here, and then button here, and then a text here that says hello world right now. So the goal today is first lay out the screen like this. And the functionality wise, we want, so if let's say if we put some name in here, say, I don't know, me, Z, then click this button, and we want, where'd you take the eraser? Yeah. So, and every time we click it, we want it to react hello, and then the name that's up here, right? That's the goal. So for now, we're just worrying about the layout. We'll look at the functionality later. So right now, what we've done so far is having a linear layout to have, I guess, let's say, right now we have a linear layout that can lay out items, well, widgets, one at a time vertically, right? Now, I guess the first thing is we look at the screen and say, what is the vertical order of this two parts, right? We have these two things that are together. That's the first thing, and then this whole screen, this whole part, that's the second thing that has text in it, right? So we want to put this text and button in the first, and something in the first part, and then text in the second part. Now going back to the screen itself. So first of all, the order of these two aren't right. Now we have two. Now we have text first, and then text edit text first, then text view second, right? I mean, yeah, I should have done that. And then we want to center the text. So there's another thing called, I think, frame layout. I'm just gonna say match parent, match parent. Oh no, it shouldn't be one with this match parent, and then height is so saying height, we say weight, and that's just and of one. So what weight does is I guess what weight does is it fills up. So let's say if we have two elements of weight 1 and 2 that are in the linear layout, then the element with 1 will fill up a third of it, and then with 2 will fill up 2/3 of it. So it's just however much of the proportion that it holds. And if we have anything at 0, it'll just take up whatever it takes up, and everything else will try to take up the rest of the space. We don't need to worry about that too much right now. If you want more information, you can go to, I'm pretty sure on the developer.android.com site, you can look up the documents for it, and there should be a layout guide that's pretty easy to read. And then problems. Yeah, and it's asking me to have layout height of 0. Any questions so far? If you have any, just interrupt me. Like, this is not really a lecture. We're just trying to work through something together. So cool. And then, so next step, we want to center text view. I might have to line. Let me just double check how to do that. June, can I just double check the thing? Yeah. Actually, yep. I'll have this on the set side next time. Okay, yeah, so for aligning that, we can just put that here in the text view and say layout gravity center, and that just goes to center. and I'm pretty sure there's a way to do it from the parent too, but since we only have one element here, this is probably the easiest. Now, so we still have the button to add, right? What I want you guys to do is, I guess we're just a little bit over time. What I want you guys to do is try to, I guess, figure that out yourself. I'll send you a link of documents. So you can go to references and you should be able to search up, let's say, linear layout and things like that here, and add the button as well as having the edit text fill the space while the button only takes however much its content takes. And we'll talk about how to do that next time. That sound good? All right. And also, if you have any app ideas that you want us to work on, like in the future, just bring it up anytime at this, well, on our Discord or at our next workshop or whatever, and that'll be the main, like one of them will be the main project that we'll take to learn one of the frameworks. Sounds good? Oh yeah, there's another part of this before I forget. Yep.
This is the general timeline that we have for like upcoming workshops and stuff like that. So we have an AI workshop next week, same time. And then, yeah. And then, okay, let me go to the next slide.
Oh yeah. I'll move that to Zoom. This is really heavy. That work? Go to the next slide. Go to the next one.
Yes, you guys can scan this QR code and then fill out the form that it directs you to. It's like a
Zoom is really bugging out. Give me 1 second.
the QR.
Okay. See that.
One moment.
There. You can continue. Okay.
So yeah, after you fill out the form, that's all for today. So
Yeah.
thank you for coming, and I'll pass it over to Zed.
I mean, I don't have anything else other than our next workshop will be in exactly 2 weeks, same time, same place. And any feedbacks are welcome, and any questions, just don't feel free to interrupt anytime. And if there's anything you want to hear about, especially about Android, let us know. Otherwise, we'll be going through that in Colon, and then next Java, and well, next Flutter, and then Java, and we'll decide which one we want to do after. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Yeah, Zoom is not working out too well, but are you sharing your screen?